could you come over here for a second? I need your help.
All right, what are you doing?
Oh, I've been helping Schmitty with ideas for making his podcast even better.
Yeah?
And I thought maybe I could, jazz up his theme song by, adding some lyrics to it.
Seriously?
Yeah, so far, so good. The only problem is I keep getting stuck at the bridge. So I was wondering...
All right. Just play me what you got so far, and when you get to the bridge, I'm just gonna jump in with something, okay?
Okay, here we go. Ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
1, 2, 3, 4. The 40-year-old boy, the 40-year-old boy, the 40-year-old boy's about to start.
That's catchy.
The 40-year-old boy, the 40-year-old boy, the 40-year-old boy's about to start.
You know he's gonna say fuck a lot. He will probably mention his cock. He is gonna say literally and drop a royal family. Yeah!
The 40-year-old boy, the 40-year-old boy, the
40...
That's pretty good, Louie. Can I use it?
Oh, go right ahead.
Great. Now I can finish. Just one more thing, though. Do you know anything that rhymes with saddle vag?
Hey, what's happening? Mike Schmidt, 40-Year-Old Boy Podcast. Happy New Year, folks. The ball is up in Times Square, ready to drop. What do they do with the ball the rest of the year? It should be up. I mean, what if it was just up there perilously hanging all year long? Like in July, you could look up and go, oh, fuck, only 6 months. They should start that. They should start descending the ball January 1st. It should be just like the slowest crawl, and it should be just falling. That would be better. I think that's better than just doing it on December 31st. Make it a year-long deal. Then it's like the sands of your life are constantly running out. You can always walk in Times Square and look up and see your life fucking ticking away very slowly, courtesy of the big ball. I like this. That's a good plan. Speaking of big balls, and it's terrible to say that because this is going to sound awful, but Lily's shirt is unbuttoned. She doesn't know it's unbuttoned. So I'm sitting here. I looked up twice as I'm talking, and I'm like, hey, there's Lily's tits. All right, that's great. I mean, just... wow. I mean, thanks. I appreciate the show. Happy New Year to you. Your own balls were landing in Times Square, and I think my own balls are quite frankly landing now.
Thanks for waiting for the show to tell me.
I just noticed an hour ago. So I figured I would wait and make sure that I went ahead and said it on the actual show because, what am I doing? Folks, again, I'm away from a computer and porn for the last hour and a half. So I have to get it where I can. I mean, I have to come here, and if there's a sneak shot, what the hell? Folks, I'm all about the sneak peek. I am that guy. I am a guy who, here's how sad I am. I expose how pathetic I am to you folks, but I do it. I tape talk shows just to watch women cross their legs in slow motion. I mean, I wish that was not true. But I taped the Craig Ferguson show because it's great. It's very funny. Ferguson's hysterical. But I must admit, I mainly do it so I can watch Shirley Manson or somebody sit down in a short skirt and then cross their legs. Audrina Partridge, any one of those chicks who comes on, I don't want to hear them talk. Certainly, Shirley Manson I want to hear talk. She's the best fucking talk show guest in the world. But I mean, other women, like when he has Paris Hilton or people like that on, I do it literally. I will in slow motion watch them sit down and cross their legs. How horrible am I? I'm an old man. I'm an old fucking perverted man. That's who I am. And it's funny, but my wife knows I'm all about the sneak peek. My wife is all over that. I think I've talked about that on the show. Just yesterday, she was watching the Kennedy Center Honors, and believe me, folks, you wouldn't think there would be any cause for a sneak peek at the Kennedy Center Honors. Unless they were giving a Kennedy Center honor for the actual vagina flash. I think they should do that. They should have Britney Spears and Lindsay Lohan and Paris Hilton in and give them Kennedy Center honors for fucking flash and gash. I think that's the move. Why not stand up and salute them and then have like a whole dance thing where people come out of a paper womb? I love it. That's a good plan. That's what our country has devolved to, folks. We need to give away the highest awards of the land for people who show their vagina. I'm all for it. And Lily's right in line with that now because her shirt's wide open and well, not anymore. She's now done something to it. She's tied it up she's in the Caribbean or something. I don't know what she's done. But yeah, it was, I'm sitting here talking. I'm like, wow, I'm going to talk about that at some point. All right. I'm in a good mood, folks. I'm in a happy mood. It's the end of 2009. It's the end of this year. I mean, I loved this year. Certainly, we all loved this year. I'm in a good mood, though, for other reasons. I'm in a good mood because, folks, if you want me in a good mood, here's what you do. Play Kiss songs. That's all you need to do. I'm in the car driving on XM, and they played Strutter, and I'm like, that's it. You know why? Because very rarely will you see an 8-year-old drive a car, but there he was. More like a 10-year-old. Let me say a 10-year-old with his Angler broom and his fucking Paul Stanley star painted on his face, screaming Strutter in his fucking car. God damn, it was awesome. I love Kiss. All right, and it was old Kiss too. By the way, it's not new Kiss with the 9 new members. Kiss is Kiss is like Spinal Tap, like their drummer died in a gardening accident and fucking all that. By the way, did you know that Toto, the band Toto, their drummer actually died in a bizarre gardening accident? I swear to God, look it up. Jeff Porcaro's brother, Steve Porcaro, is that who it was? I don't know. They have, and the thing is, when you say Toto's drummer, there's like 40 drummers in Toto. Because if you ever saw the Africa video, it's like one singer and 47 guys playing percussion. That's who Toto is. By the way, for all you young people, Toto was a band that was famous in the 70s and also in the 80s when Mike was young. There you go. That's the name of the show. When Mike was young, I'm the Killers. All of a sudden, when Mike was young, look at that. I referenced Toto and the Killers in 5 seconds. Oh, I had some guy write me last week. He's like, "Dude, are you sure you're 42?" Talking about 4chan and Beth Ditto. Yeah, I'm just I'm 42 in chronologically, but unfortunately, I'm fucking 11. Case in point, I'm staring at Lily, my good friend. I'm staring at her rack with an open button, not telling her. What a dick. All right. But would you tell her, folks, be honest with yourselves? No, you wouldn't. Like when I go to a restaurant, sadly, I'm that guy. Like I look for every angle. Karen knows it too. Karen knows it. Oh, I didn't finish that. So Kennedy sent her honors last night. She goes, hey, come in here. I go, why? She goes, I got a sneak peek for you. I'm like, wow. All right, good. So I walk in, and there was a Mel Brooks tribute, and they had Showgirls for Springtime for Hitler. And this woman comes down the thing. She's dancing. She's in like a flesh-colored suit. And Karen goes, see? She pauses it. I go, what? She goes, you can see right through her shirt. I go, no, you can't. She goes, yeah, look. And she kind of tries to all of a sudden Zapruder film it and show me the outline of the grassy knoll and the shadow of her nipple. And I go, trust me, I'm a guy who knows. You can't see through her shirt. That's just a shadow from the lighting. Look, you're talking to an old hand of staring at tits. Seriously. And she's like, oh, okay, well, I just thought I'd show you. I'm like, good, thanks. It's good to know my wife is conditioned to show me the sneak peek. But she will do that even when we're out. Like I'll get an elbow in the shoulder and she'll kind of like shove her head and you're looking like, oh, hi, how are you with no skirt on? All right. Or a skirt that's riding up or whatever. So that's that. But yeah, that's when I'm a young man. And so yeah, it was old Kiss, not new Kiss, which has 800 members. Although I've got to be honest with you, I'm coming around on that possibility. Kiss is because Kiss is now Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons. And then 2 other guys. It's Eric Singer, who was in the band for a while and then left when they brought back Peter, and they've had 9 drummers. And also Tommy Thayer, who I think was Paul's or Ace's guitar tech. And then they went, hey, put some makeup on your face and pretend you're Ace. And he said, yes, I will. And boom, they're back on tour. And I make fun of those kind of bands all the time. It's like whenever the Temptations come to your town, and it's always like Steve, Roy, and Jim, the Temptations. But it's not really. It's like literally 9 guys, and I've talked about this on last season, when it's 9 guys, and then there's a suit one of the Temptations wore once that they put off in the corner, and then they claim to be the Temptations. But I've got to be honest with you, I am coming around, and here's why. I'm watching The Tonight Show a week or 2 ago. Foreigner was on. Now I know what you're thinking. What year is this? Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. I'm wondering, you wonder why Conan O'Brien's ratings are like half of Letterman's ratings? Because he's getting these guests from when Carson hosted The Tonight Show. He had fucking Leonard Skinner on. I'm surprised he doesn't have the potato chip lady's corpse. They just wheel her out and have Conan make fun of her potato chips, then accidentally smash one in an awkward fit, and then they wheel her off. I mean, it's depressing to watch because they can't get any A-list real guests for Conan's Tonight Show. And I want the guy to succeed. He's fucking hysterical. But Jesus Christ, if you start putting Leonard Skinner and look, as much as I love Cheap Trick should not be on your show the second week that it premieres. The first week he had Chickenfoot on. Are you fucking kidding me? Sammy Hagar is on the Tonight Show the first week. Sammy Hagar shouldn't even be allowed to watch the Tonight Show the first week. That's how unhip Sammy Hagar is. And this is from a guy who owns everything Sammy Hagar has ever done, who has seen him in concert like 9 times, who could right now sing 3 Lockbox perfectly. That's who I am. Suckers walk, folks. Money talks, but it can't touch my 3 Lockbox. Talks does not rhyme with box. Don't tell that to fucking Sammy Hagar. He put pen to paper and rhymed talks with box, and he's on the Tonight Show the first week. How the fuck does that happen? So stop saddling Conan with these bands. I say that as a man who watched Foreigner 2 weeks ago, I think it was, a week ago. Dude, Foreigner is Mick Jones. Okay, Foreigner was Mick Jones, Lou Gramm, and then a bunch of other dudes in Foreigner. Okay, I don't know who the other guys were because Lou Gramm was the voice, Mick Jones was the writer. He and Lou wrote everything, I think, and that was that. But now Foreigner is Mick Jones and a bunch of dudes. Truly, the name Foreigner has never been more apt. Because all of these guys are foreign to the band. Like, none of them have any idea what the original Foreigner was all about. I'm sure Mick Jones just gave them all the sheet music and they learned it. So that's who's in Foreigner now. And he also went, hey, I got to find a young guy who sounds just like Lou Gramm and put him in the band. So he did that, and I don't know anything about Foreigner. Okay, I haven't paid attention to Foreigner since the Summer Jam in 1977 when they were with Ted Nugent at Soldier Field. Okay, that's my last... That and the fact that I listen to Dirty White Boy every 2 weeks because I see it on my computer and I'm like, fuck, I love that song, and I play Dirty White Boy, and that's it. That's the extent of run Foreigner gets in my fucking iTunes. But I have it all. I've got all the iTunes. I've got all the Foreigner, folks. If you need it, I got it. I don't want to listen to it ever again, but I do have it. Because that's who I am. I'm a nut. I'm a fucking nutbag with iTunes. I collect songs. Do you do this? I blame Apple, all right? Because it's Apple's fault. Because before, you used to have to spend like $15 for an album. And then you'd get 3 songs that you liked. That's how it worked with albums. But now with iTunes, you can buy all the songs that you like. And then all of a sudden you start to realize maybe you like more than 1 song or 2 songs or 3 songs. And then eventually you spend all this money on people you don't have any fucking reason to buy their songs. I did that with I was telling Lily, I did it with Robert Palmer. I have like every Robert Palmer song I could ever want. I bought them. I was like, one day I was looking for Robert Palmer. I was like, well, I have to have Addicted to Love because it's iconic. You have to have it. And then when I was there, I also bought Simply Irresistible. And then I bought a song called Clues. And then I bought Bad Case of Loving You. Like I just started buying Robert Palmer songs. And eventually, I think I have like 8 Robert Palmer songs. And I officially, I finished. Here's what I do. I'll go on iTunes and I'll buy like 8 Robert Palmer songs. And then you can actually see me do this. Like I dust my hands off and I go, whoop, there you go. I've got all the Robert Palmer I'm ever going to need for the rest of my life. You know what word doesn't belong in that sentence? Need. Nobody needs any Robert Palmer songs, but my fucking jackass head tells me that I need Robert Palmer songs. I'm like, God damn it, I need to get all the Robert Palmer songs so then I don't ever have to worry about buying them again. No, you didn't ever have to worry about buying Robert Palmer songs. Why would you ever have to worry about it again? You shouldn't be worrying about it now. It's fucking Robert Palmer. You don't need those goddamn songs. And I know somewhere somebody right now is going, fuck you, I love Robert Palmer. Good for you. Then you go to iTunes and buy everything. I bought 8 songs. That's what I wound up doing with Robert Palmer because that's who I am in my fucking brain. I'm like, I can seal off that part of my brain that says you need these Robert Palmer songs. If I ever see the Pepsi commercial with Simply Irresistible, or if I see it as some incidental music during a ball game, I can go, fuck, I got that on my iPod. Nobody cares. Who cares that you have Robert Palmer on your iPod? You don't even care. But that's who I am. I go into iTunes, I start looking for bands. Like when I had money, when I was working, forget about it. It's so easy to go to iTunes and just click a button and go, yeah, oh fuck, I'm done. I did all that. Like I bought all this Sinatra. Okay, look, Frank Sinatra, genius, amazing vocalist, certainly somebody to be admired and respected, and people love him. I don't give a fuck about Frank Sinatra. Sadly, I don't. Again, I'm a guy who's got all the Dokken, you know what I mean, and wants it. Like, I'm happy I got all the Dokken songs. I'm a guy who listens to my Cinderella greatest hits over and over. But I also listen to new stuff, whatever. I'm not that fucking pigeonholed. I'm not fucking Mickey Rourke and the Wrestler, living in that fucking, just living in that time period, driving around in the van with my own action figure on the dashboard, which would be fucking great. I can tell you this. If there was an action figure of me, it would absolutely be on my fucking dashboard. Where else would it be? You can't put that away. That doesn't go in the junk drawer with blue-headed avatar guy that my wife got from Happy Meal. No, that goes right on my goddamn dashboard. Look, it's me. Oh, I can't blame Mickey Rourke. Or the Wrestler, the Ram, Randy the Ram. That was from last year. That's from last year. That's from 2008. I can't talk about that movie. It's all 2009, about to be 2010. That's old news. But in iTunes, man, that's what I do is I wind up in iTunes and I bought all the Sinatra. I don't fucking care about Sinatra, but I felt like, you know what? I'll get it. So I bought like 2 different box sets and then filled in around them. I think I have like 150 Sinatra songs. I might like one. I might like Summer Wind barely. But it's not stuff that I need, but for some reason I fucking bought it. Miles Davis. I'm like, I don't know if I just needed to be a hipster for a minute, but I'm like, you know what? I got to get some fucking Miles Davis. No, I don't. I don't. But I did it. I bought all these these Miles Davis. I bought some kind of blue. I forget what I bought. I bought like 3 different albums, and then again filled in around them because I found like an Essential Miles Davis site where they're like, you need to have this. So I bought all the Essential Miles Davis I'm supposed to have. I've never played it once, not once. It sits in my iPod collecting dust, if that's even possible. I don't know if it is even possible, but if it is, believe me, Sinatra and Miles Davis, if I went to play them, you'd have to blow off the MP3. Like in the old days when you'd clean a record, I have to blow off the MP3 of Sinatra or Davis just to hear it. Because it literally, it's so unplayed, if I went to play it, it would sound like putting a needle on a record. And then you'd hear Miles Davis blow a horn for 9 minutes, and then you'd hear a fucking needle pop skin. I don't know. I don't even know. You know what? It could be nothing. The things I bought could be Miles Davis. I've never listened to them. It just could be dead air with Miles Davis dropping his horn after 8 minutes. I don't fucking have any clue what it is because I've never played it. The Sinatra stuff I bought, again, I could hit play. It could be Jerry Lewis playing a prank on everybody. Summer wind, I don't know what the fuck it is. Again, I have not played it. But I'm confident I sleep well at night knowing I've got all the Sinatra and Miles Davis I need. Again, you don't need it. Why did you buy it? But iTunes is like that, man. It's like baseball cards. It's like collecting baseball cards because it's $1 for a song. You're like, all right, I'll take one of these and 2 of these and 3 of these. And eventually, some reason, your fucking iPod is stuffed to the gills with Silverchair. Who the fuck wants Silverchair? I don't. Why did I decide Silverchair was the band to buy? I did, though. I bought like 3 other albums for no reason. Space Hog. Who the fuck wants Space Hog? God damn it. And I can't bring myself to erase them. That's the weirdest part. Like, I'll go through and I'll see a band and I'll go, fuck, I've never listened to that. Well, but I can't erase it. I got to keep that in there for some reason. That needs to stay in my iPod while I play the theme song from Escape from New York for the 4,000th time. Because I can't figure out how to make it my ringtone for my cell phone. So, there's like, because again, God forbid that you can just, that's the one thing Apple has not figured out, is to just make your song a ringtone, because they want you to buy ringtones. They want you to buy songs for your iPod, but then they also want you to buy ringtones for ringtones. But now there's someone told me I can go and use GarageBand and put a song in there and chop it up and then assign it as a ringtone. I'm like, wow, that's way too much fucking work. To get one guy who hears the Escape from New York theme song and goes, great ringtone. I mean, seriously. Why not? I think I'm just going to settle for I mean, honestly, it was good enough for Alexander Graham Bell. Why the fuck shouldn't it be good enough for me? Jesus Christ. No, I got to bring in the Halloween theme, and I got to bring in this and that. Oh, look, it's a spoken word. It's something from Billy Madison. You're an asshole. Alexander Graham Bell, it was good enough for him to have a bell noise. Why the fuck isn't it good enough for you? And folks, let's be honest. Isn't it about time somebody went to bat for Alexander Graham Bell? Let me tell you something. It's been so many years that this guy's been maligned. Oh, my Lord. His name has been dragged through the mud for centuries by people who are just discouraged by his invention, the telephone. They're so angry at him. And yet, finally, a champion steps forward to defend Alexander Graham Bell. Oh, in this new medium of podcasting that would baffle this man. He would be so stunned that I'm communicating to you via the airwaves, but not with his invention, the phone. Actually, you know what? I think Alexander Graham Bell is fucking mad at podcasting. He's pissed. He's like, dude, communication is supposed to be in person or on the goddamn phone. That's why I invented it. Because if podcasting was a medium that needed to be explored, I would have invented the fucking thing. Yeah, that's right. I go to bat for Bell. I don't care who fucking knows it. It's about time someone stepped to the forefront and defended that man. All right, I'm stupid. That made me laugh. Because honestly, for years, people have just been running this guy down. No, they haven't. Nobody at all. I don't think any of you even know who he is. Seriously, half of my audience just ran to Google to go, who the fuck is Alexander Graham Bell? Did he invent the bell? That's what people think. They think he actually invented the bell. All right. So what the fuck was I talking about before I spiraled off into how defending the guy who invented the thing that ruins our lives? All right. Foreigner. Oh, Jesus. All right. So Foreigner is on the Tonight Show, and Mick Jones, he hires like all these mercenary guys in the band, and here's a guy who sounds like Lou Gramm. But then I watch Foreigner on the Tonight Show, and again, I make fun of bands for bringing in, you know, the fake guy or the new guy, but Foreigner was fucking amazing on the Tonight Show. Retarded, ridiculous. They sang Hot Blooded. Again, a song like any song by Boston. I don't ever need to hear it ever again in my life. More Than a Feeling, keep it. Not fucking interested. Long Time, nice job, Tom Scholes, but certainly not interested in hearing it ever again. I don't need to hear Boston. I grew up in the 70s. I'm done with Boston. And yet, my iPod filled with Boston. Don't know why. I don't know why I have them, but again, for some reason, I have all the Boston you could ever want or need. Amanda? No one's listened to Amanda in 41 years except for me and Pat Francis. That's it. And yet it sits there on my iPod lurking. And the only reason I listen to it is because Pat gets in my car and goes, dude, put this CD in. I put it in. He's like, it's a triple track double bootleg of Amanda live from Norway. Oh, thanks, man. God knows I need to hear some more Boston. But sure enough, Foreigner's on the fucking Tonight Show, and they fucking blow the doors off. I mean, they were so good that Carson might have walked out. I mean, seriously, that's how good. I was watching them. I'm like, this is vintage Foreigner from when I was 10. Why do I own them? But it made me think. It actually made me think maybe I should get the new Foreigner. Why? Why would I ever think that? Why? Because I'm an idiot. That's why. Because they did Hot Blooded really good on the Tonight Show, and now you want to get the new Foreigner? But this guy sounded just like Lou Gramm. Sure, he hopped around in his pajamas like Steven Tyler, but he sounded like Lou Gramm. So I think I'm coming around on that idea. I think the idea of restocking a band with new blood, I think that's a great idea now. Like, I'm not talking about these county fair fucking Temptations or the Four Tops, which is literally just like one top and three dudes. But I mean, when you stock a band, like if you took a hard, like if you remade Whitesnake. Now again, we all agree Whitesnake is perfection. There's certainly no need to rebuild Whitesnake. There's no Oscar Goldman out there going, we can rebuild them. There's no one thinking we need the $6 million Whitesnake. Nobody's doing that. By the way, folks, the $6 Million Man and Oscar Goldman, that's a show from the 70s. You might want to go ahead and look that up too. Because half my audience is guys like me, and they know me, and then or not know me. What if half my audience knew me? That'd be fucking really weird. Actually, you know what? Considering the fact that no one likes this show, maybe that's exactly what it is. And that's a lie. Nobody likes the show. Everybody loves the show, right? All right. But it's fucking unbelievable that half the audience is like my age, and the other half are these college kids who are probably going, "Who the fuck is Oscar Goldman?" They have no idea. But nobody needs to rebuild a Whitesnake. But yet, if you did, I think it's a good idea. If you were to take, you have to have one component from the original band. And I don't mean just like a maraca. I mean, you can't just do that. You know, you can't be like, hey, let's rebuild Santana with a bunch of new dudes and a fucking, and a some finger snaps. No. It has to have, like, it's like Carlos Santana's been doing it for years. Carlos Santana brings in the guys from Matchbox 20 and then fucking Hot Chicks, and then he just plays guitar. He's the one constant in Santana. So I think you got to do this from now on. I think bands, like Foreigner, it's Mick Jones, but it's so beautiful to see these bands because, again, it's all these young guys. They're fucking tearing up Hot Blooded. It's like watching Foreigner from the 70s, but they hired their grandfather to play guitar. I mean, it's just... You know what I mean? Because it's all these young dudes tearing it up, and then there's Mick Jones, fat and old and bald, and he's just holding on 4 chords in the middle of Hot Blooded. Sure, he fucking wrote it, but now he's surrounded himself with a bunch of people who can reinterpret it. I think it's a fucking great idea. Bands should look into this. Kiss is on the cusp. Kiss knows what they're doing, because again, who the fuck... I say it's like seeing Foreigner from the 70s, but with their grandfather on lead guitar. Honestly, who the fuck knows what Foreigner looked like in the 70s? MTV wasn't invented yet. Sure, there was Midnight Special and Don Kirshner's rock concert, but I mean, you know, you didn't really get to see a lot of Foreigner. Foreigner could have been a bunch of grandfathers. You have no fucking idea who was in the band. It could have been a bunch of young dudes and one old dude. So that's like new Foreigner now. It's just like old Foreigner. It's just like, oh, good, a bunch of young dudes. And then, I don't know why they've hired the guy from Pepperidge Farm to play guitar, but they did. Because apparently Pepperidge Farm remembers how to play Hot Blooded. But that's what bands need to do. Kiss knows what they're doing. It's Paul and Gene, and they get 2 young guys and throw them under the makeup. These old bands need to just reinterpret everything. They need to bring fucking... You know what? This should catch on all over the place. You could like when they remake a movie and they recast it with the younger people. Dude, we could do it with podcasts. Why not recast fucking podcasts, but with younger versions of the guys doing it? Wouldn't you want to hear some like 11-year-old kid do my podcast? That'd be fucking hysterical. I think that's the move. You know what? Fuck anybody with nostalgia and looking back and holding cherished memories of things that you used to love. I say tear it all down. Fucking burn to the ground and restock everything. Make old bands new with new people in them. And I don't give a fuck if you just have to have one original member snapping his fingers on the stage. I think that's a good plan. Why not? Why not bring that to the fore? I mean, fuck, they trot Ozzy Osbourne's corpse out there with 900 session musicians every year. Why not go the other direction? Why not just make a whole new Black Sabbath, but with a bunch of dudes who sort of look like Black Sabbath and still fucking tear it up? Wait a minute. Actually, they did that. It's called Wolf Mother.
Hey, I'm Seamus. And I'm Louie. And we're the Christmas Elves.
Hey, we'd like you guys to meet another one of the Christmas elves. It's our little friend Bogus the elf.
Hey, you guys.
Glad you folks could join us. We're about to play our favorite holiday game, the 40-year-old boy drinking game.
All right. Sweet, you guys.
Okay, it's simple. We've all drawn a Schmitty-type phrase or word at random, and we're about to listen to the latest episode of the 40-year-old boy podcast. Every time Mike says our word or phrase, we take a shot out of this bottle of Yukon Jack.
Hey, now. That sounds good, Essie.
All right, let's see. Oh, I drew the phrase. Folks, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Sweet. Oh, wow. There you go.
Louie, what did you draw?
I got the word literally.
Oh, man, I hope you didn't drive. Bogus, what did you get?
Well, I got rape.
Rape?
Oh,
no way.
Dude, you know who drew that word the last time we played this game?
No.
John Bonham.
Oh, no way. Oh.
Now, for all the bitching I'm doing about iTunes, I mean, we all have to agree that iTunes is the greatest invention of our age, correct? Yes? Because as much as maybe you don't, you think to yourself, I need all this Miles Davis, then you wind up spending all this money, and you're like, it's still amazing to be able to carry all of Miles Davis around with you, isn't it? I mean, I guess the iPod's a better invention than iTunes. Although, let's look at them as a package deal. iPod, iTunes, all of it, a fucking amazing invention, and something none of us can live without now, right? None of us can live without it. Now they have phones and shuffles and touch. God damn it, Apple. Apple, look, I love it. All right, I have to be honest with you. iPod, none of us could live without our iPods, or our iTunes or our iPhones. Although some of you have Blackberries, I guess. This is weird. This weird discussion of technology for no reason, but there is a reason. I tell you, because again, I say iPod and iTunes are the greatest invention. If you lose them, because you remember when my hard drive crashed, I lost all of my music. But I happen to have my iPod, so I could rip it all back from my iPod with a Snooty, and I was able to square everything away, and everything was fine, except for the stuff that wasn't checkmarked. So goodbye, Ramones catalog. But other than that, everything else was able to come back into my iTunes. Because in my iTunes, I have on my laptop, I've got over 17,000 songs. Okay, and on my desktop. Same thing, but they're not all the same because my laptop is different. I buy because the iTunes on my desktop is for Karen, and it's our master, and then I have iTunes on my laptop, which is mine, which is my iPod. And now I'd like to break down all of our blenders and toasters for you and who uses those. This is fucking horrible. I need to talk more in circles about nothing. Could I possibly manage that? Jesus Christ. This is my iPod. This is my gun. This is for fighting. This is for fun. What the fuck, dude? Get to the point. You wonder why the goddamn show's 95 minutes long every week. It's because you're talking fucking circles about 9 iPods nobody cares about. Jesus, kill yourself. So, Karen, and the thing is, like I said, 17,000 songs on my laptop, but I think as we've firmly established, 16,011 I don't listen to ever. I listen to 989 songs. That's it. And that even seems high. That doesn't even make any sense. That's if I listen to Van Halen 700 times, at least another 289 spread among Kid Rock and everybody else who's on my iPod. Yes, I have Kid Rock. Why? No one knows. For Bod to It Bod. That's it. I wanted, and then that All Summer Long song that, again, I listened to once. Oh, I can't tell you how many times I go through the iPod and I look and I go, who the fuck is this? Kaiser Chiefs? Why the fuck do I have the Kaiser Chiefs? All right, never mind. So, but again, it was just when I had money, man, I would go in and just fucking like, I was like the Easter Bunny. I was just frolicking and buying stuff. Does he buy stuff? No, he drops off eggs. I'm nothing like the Easter Bunny. All right. I meant to say, like, just skipping along picking things, like picking flowers. That's who I am. I'm like Hansel and Gretel or Jack and Jill, whoever they are. I'm like nobody. I'm like a guy who can't think of an analogy right now. A guy who's looking for traction who's got nothing. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go back and tell you more about my iPods. I've got an iPod, the 8 gig. Karen. All right, so last week I'm in Graveyardville, and I'm getting ready to split. And it's like 6:30 in the morning, and I'm putting my stuff away, and I had been futzing around with my iPod. I had synced it up, and I was, getting all ready. I don't know what the fuck, getting my music, because I'm bored out of my skull. So I do nothing but play with my iPod. So, or my iPhone or any of that. So after getting ready to go, I'm walking out the door, and the thing is, when you leave, when I leave, I walk into a parking garage because that's where I'm parked. So I gather all my stuff up, and I grab my iPod and I put it in my front pocket of my shirt. And I go to walk outside, and a car is coming around. And it's a guy that I've seen and I say hi to. So this guy, he turns the corner, and I wave at him, and I go, "Hey, sir, how are you?" And as I do that, I kind of shift my bag. I have my computer and stuff over my shoulder. And when I did that, I moved, and I got my iPod in the front pocket of my shirt. Well, I'll tell you this about myself. When I go and work in a graveyardville, I wear my old workout shirts that I would go lift in, and they're all beat to shit. They're all ripped up and stuff from, because, I'm huge with my muscles. And, no, it's just like, it's my old fat guy shirts. Like, I kept all my 3X talls because they're fucking huge and I can work out in them and fucking sweat and not worry. Well, no, I just wear them there because, again, it's nighttime and I don't want to sully a good shirt on Graveyardville. Absolutely not. So I'll wear my old fucking clothes and they're all beat up. So I don't notice sometimes that there's holes in the pockets of my shirts. So I took my iPod and I put it in my front pocket, and as I shifted my weight on my computer, the hole in my pocket opened up. And this guy turns his car in front of me, and I'm like, "Hi, sir." As I'm waving, my iPod plummets through the hole in my pocket. Okay? And I feel it like give, because I can feel the weight shift in my shirt. And I look, and all I see is essentially my life falling to the ground. Again, I can't tell you enough. It's 17,000 songs, and it's plummeting to earth. Now, I'm pretty good with my feet. Okay, so that sounds awfully weird. But I'm a guy, I've done this a million times. I did this when I was a kid. I'd be doing dishes, and I'd drop a dish, and you immediately kick your foot out like a soccer player to make sure it doesn't fully hit the ground. You know what I'm saying? So you cushion the blow, it lands on your foot, and then it kind of just rolls off, and the dish doesn't break, and you don't get fucking smacked in the head by your mom for breaking a dish. So whenever I drop something, I immediately fucking river dance, and I kick my foot out. I'm very soccer oriented, folks. I'm very Ronaldo, and I go ahead and I throw out a foot, and I will catch. I can't exactly catch. I'm not a trained fucking seal, all right? I can't. Although how great would that be if you could just catch it on the flat of your foot, and then I just flipped the iPod back up into my goddamn pocket? Jesus, that'd be amazing. You know what? I'd pay to see me do that. But instead, something goes plummeting to the ground, anything, I will immediately kick a foot out, even if it's a plastic bottle. I don't know why. I just got used to in the habit of doing it. Apparently, what we're learning from this is I was a complete spaz as a kid who could not stop dropping breakable items. What the hell was wrong with me? I honed my soccer skills. What am I fucking? You know what? I'm in Donkey Kong. That's who I am. Like, there's a gorilla constantly throwing things at me, and I'm sticking my feet out to make sure it doesn't hit the fucking ground. What the hell? All right, so things are raining from the sky, and I'm trying to make sure they don't break. So, yeah, I'm Burger Time. That's who I am. I'm fucking Burger Time. All right, so, by the way, that's one of the funniest ad-libs I ever had on stage, ever. Did I tell that on here? One time I'm on stage, and this is back, again, getting back to ringtones, because now everybody's got a fancy ringtone, and it's all Van Halen or whoever the fuck. Yes, that's what it is. It's 80s bands. Nobody has Rihanna or T.I. or John Legend. No, everybody has Van Halen as their fucking ringtone, because that's the first band I pull out of my fucking skull. But before ringtones, people had regular rings, but then everybody they could pull whatever the fuck they wanted, with all these crazy noises. So this guy, one time at a club, I was on stage, and his phone went off, and it was just like the weirdest, like, science fiction beep pop beep pop boop, boop, boop. It was just odd fucking, and I just go, "Seriously, turn your phone off." I go, they give an announcement, I go, "Nobody needs to hear you take a call from Burger Time in the middle of the club," because that's what it sounded. It sounded like an old school video game. It sounded like ding 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 ding. It sounded like one of those, and I'm like, and I said Burger Time, and it got a big laugh, and I was shocked. So then, of course, I went off on it for like 3 minutes, and I'm like, "Hold on, sir, you know what? It doesn't sound important. I wouldn't keep my phone on, but this is Dig Dug. I have to take this. This is Dig Dug. God damn it, I'm funny." And you know what? I'm funny and never do it ever again. I don't do any stand-up ever because I'm not funny, and because Burger Time doesn't call me. All right, so, God, I wish Burger Time would call me. That'd be great. Talk about salt and pepper, in that order. All right, so the fuck was I talking about? So yeah, all right. So that's the thing is, I live in a video game. So whenever things are falling, I thrust my feet out to catch them as if I were Ronaldo or a seal. So my iPod falls, and I see it. I just see it in slow motion, like I can actually hear it going through the sky, like falling and end over end, and which is not good, by the way, end over end, because that means I'm not going to get a clean grab on it with my foot. So, because then it's going to bounce. So I see it falling, and again, there's no cliche. No, I don't even get the opportunity to do that because it falls, and I look immediately, and I kick my left foot out. Okay, and as I kick it, it's going end over end, and instead of landing flat, if it would have landed flat, it would have kicked off to the side. But instead, it landed top side, like vertically instead of horizontally. Right, vertically. Yeah, it landed vertically, and then it kicked off my foot. And I'm like, no, I drop it, it spins, it falls off, I kick it with my foot, so I save it from hitting the parking garage floor really hard. So awesome, I save my iPod, and it kicks off my foot, and the guy in the car runs it over. So I saved it. I kept it from pancaking on the floor of the parking garage, but it kicked off my foot with a true hop right under this guy's fucking tire. And he runs over my fucking iPod. Are you shitting me? And I'm waiting for it to explode because I can't imagine how full the parking garage is going to be when 17,000 songs fill it up. Because he's going to run it over, it's going to crack like an egg, and literally I'm just going to get badgered by the bravery and fucking block party. And, I start with the Bees. That's who's going to hit me first. The Black Crows, the 8,000 Black Crows songs I have are going to fucking slam me against the wall. Because I picture, it's like, you know what it is? It's like the can of peanut brittle, and then you open it up and the fucking snakes jump out of it. That's what my iPod is. It's just bursting at the seams with songs, and now it's going to burst open, and boom! All of a sudden, I'm just going to have a fucking face full of Foo Fighters. So this guy runs over my iPod, and then, believe me, then I went, no! Then it came out of my mouth, because it fell off, it kicked off my foot, and I'm like, yay! And then I'm like, no! And he fucking runs over my fucking iPod. And he only got the top, like he ran over kind of the top part of it. He wasn't a full crush, okay? So he gets, and I go, no, and he hits the brakes, and now he hits the brakes, it's under the tire. I'm like, go, go, go! So he pulls forward, and he goes, what? And I go, nothing, it's my iPod, you ran over it, and he goes, this is an old man in like a Lincoln from the 60s. Like he might have had Jimmy Hoffa in his trunk. That's how fucking old this car is. And he's like, what? And I go, it's an iPod. It's got, all my songs on it, like 17,000 songs. It's like, and now I'm giving him concepts he can't even fucking grasp. I mean, this guy, literally the AM radio in his car is just like, it won't even work for him. He doesn't know anything but that, the fucking antenna. But now I'm trying to explain an iPod to this guy on the fly. You know why? Because I don't want to pick it up and see it. I don't want to look at it and see how destroyed it is. And I go, don't worry, it's $300 and you just ran it over. It's not your fault. It's my fault. I regret every day I purchased this thing. Don't worry about it. He's like, oh, all right, $300. Sorry. Drives off. So I look at the iPod on the ground. And again, I don't see anything wrong. But I don't want to pick it up because I know it's going to be fucking destroyed. So I pick it up. And it's fine. It's not cracked. It's not broken. The casing is perfect. There's not even a fucking scratch. So I don't know what iTunes is making these out of. Moon rocks? I don't again, I thought it was magical because you could put all your songs in it. Now I find out that it's made of a tangible material that can withstand the crushing of a car. I couldn't be more in love with my goddamn iPod. I wish it had a fucking dick hole in it. I'd fuck it. So I pick it up and I'm like stunned. It's amazing. It's not broken or crushed or scratched. And I'm like, this is truly a miracle. It's a fucking Christmas miracle is what it is. So I turn it on, and it doesn't turn on. So I'm like, all right, well, I just gotta, so I hit the center button again and I turn it on, and it doesn't turn on. There's no little apple on the screen, no friendly little apple. Because when you turn on your iPod, boom, a little friendly little apple shows up. You're like, oh, look at that friendly little apple. That means I'm about to hear 17,000 songs. How awesome! No. That's not happening right now. So now what you have to do is you have to reboot it. I know you have to do that. So what you have to do is you have to hold the center button and then the top part of the ring. Again, folks, very technical talk. But you have to hold those until the whole machine reboots, and then guess what shows up? Friendly little apple. There he is. Everything's exciting. So I reboot it. Not a problem. Mind you, still standing in a parking garage at 6:30 in the morning because I'm frozen in my tracks, unbelievably staring at my future. So I'm holding it down, and it doesn't reboot. Doesn't even come on. So I don't know what the fuck is wrong with it. I have no idea. All I know is now it's after Christmas and I can't ask for an iPod. So now if I get one, it's going to be superfluous to Christmas. I can't pin this on Christmas. But I mean, I can't fucking not have an iPod, right? Exactly. So I pray. I go home and I tell Karen what happened, and she's just like, well, sorry. And so I go online and folks, you know what? The Genius Bar, I should just have one in my house. Seriously. I should just have a guy hang out by in my kitchen by my breakfast nook so I could walk up and go, hey, Tommy, what's happening? Here's my laptop again. Because I can't count the times I've been to the fucking Genius Bar this year. But the only thing I do that's smart, I will tell you this, I make an appointment for the Genius Bar, and I do it online. You can do it online. If you ever have to go, make your appointment online, like with the DMV when you make your appointment. You ever see anybody bitching, like at the Genius Bar or the DMV, about how long it's taking? You know what, dude? Make a fucking appointment. Those people who think they can just walk in and get waited on, they're hysterical to me. It's not 1974 anymore, okay? Unfortunately, there's a line. And it actually started in 1974. So good luck. So I'm able to go ahead and make an appointment online with the Genius Bar. And I'm dreading what the fuck is going to happen. Like, I don't even... Because, again, an iPod, and then you got to reboot it. I was already in there with my phone. Again, like I told you, mind you, I was in the Apple Store twice already. Once to buy the case for Karen last week, and then I had to go and get my phone replaced because the fucking phone just died. Again, I am antimatter. There's something wrong with my hands, although, quite frankly, you can't pin this on me. A fucking 1966 Lincoln ran over my iPod. I'm not taking the fall on this one, folks. Sure enough, my shirt's to blame. Fuck my shirt. But seriously, I can't take any responsibility for the iPod fucking up when a goddamn car ran it over. And again, the outside's great. I don't know what it did to the inside, but who cares? So I'm at home. I'm freaked out. I don't know what to fucking do. I make an appointment at the Genius Bar. I go to the Genius Bar. I'm waiting. You know what I mean? Because then there's iPhone people, iPod people, laptop people. I'm waiting and I'm dicking around on the computers and listening to people bitch and also listening to all the old people who got Apple things who thought they'd be easy, bringing them in and trying to figure out how to use them. And I'm laughing my ass off at these people. Like literally, there was an old lady with an iPhone. And she's like, I can't get it. I can't figure out what's happening. And what it was is she didn't have, she had a passcode that I heard the guy try to explain it. Okay. And what it was her son who had gotten her the phone had set a passcode for her, but didn't told her what it was, but she wrote it down and didn't know where it was. So she couldn't get into her phone. So every phone call she made was an emergency call. She had to hit that emergency call button. So it would let her make a phone call. I don't know. But they're trying to explain to her what a passcode is, and they have to try to get her son, so they have to make an emergency call to him to find out what the passcode is. And I'm just laughing my ass off because I'm like, way to go. And then another lady had a laptop, and her kid had spilled milk on it. And so I'm like, dude, you're fucked. I mean, it's like, why do you even bring it in? It's crazy. And then I'm sitting there going, dude, your iPod was run over by a car. What do you have no right to make fun of anybody. But sure enough, I'm like, these are so simple, these fucking things. I'm like, and I, again, I think it's going to be hysterical when I get to the front and the Genius Bar, because I'm trying to figure out a story to tell them to see how they can fix it, because I'm not under warranty or anything like that, but I also don't want to come forth with the fact that it was run over by a car, because I think I'm going to get in trouble or something. Like, I think they're just going to go, well, you're fucked, buy a new iPod. Like, I want them to at least make an effort of how to fix it. But I'm trying to think of a crazy story I can tell them, But also, I don't want to sound like these people because these people just sound ridiculous. You know what I mean? And even worse is their solutions are even more ridiculous. Like, it's just like, oh, well, here's what you got to do. Put in this 4-number sequence. You can change whatever. So I'm trying to figure out what to do as I'm sitting there. And then I go, well, the best thing to do is just tell them what happened. I mean, I got to just tell them that it was run over by, because I figured they're going to be able to see a tire track inside, or there's some sort of switch that was flipped inside the iPod where it's like, in case it gets hit by a car, it turns itself off. It's like an armadillo. It just curls up within itself to protect itself from the onslaught of the oncoming car. So I'm sitting there waiting to get called. I'm there like 20 minutes. And finally they call me to the front. And I go up to the Genius Bar, and this time I had Alan at the Genius Bar. I had Kirsten last time. Today I have Alan. And I walk up to Alan. I go, hey, what's happening? And he's like, nothing. And I go, dude, my iPod isn't working. He goes, what's wrong with it? I go, well, I'll be honest with you. It got run over by a car. He goes, what? I said, I was walking and it fell on the ground in a parking garage just as a car drove by, and the guy ran over my iPod. And he goes, really? And he picks it up and he looks at it. He goes, it doesn't look like it. I go, exactly. I go, I got to compliment you guys on that. Certainly the outside is perfect. I go, it's not crushed or broken or anything. I go, but obviously something happened on the inside, because I tried to start it up. I tried to reboot it. Nothing is working. And he takes the iPod and he gives it a once over. He looks in the back and he looks at the top, and he goes, you tried everything? You tried everything to reboot it, or did you try to sync it up with your computer? And I go, look, I didn't want to even deal with that, just in case it had some sort of car-crushing itis that it was going to pass onto my laptop. I tried to reboot it, I tried to press the buttons, and then I figured, you know what, I'll come and see you guys. He goes, you see this at the top? And he flips it over, and I thought there was a crack in the case, and I didn't notice. And he flips it over, and on every iPod, there's a hold switch. And he goes, do you see the switch? And I said, yeah. And he goes, well, you see it's orange? He goes, that means it's on hold. And he slides it over, and he hits the center button, and there's a friendly little apple. Just comes on and stares right at me. So he goes, yeah, next time it's not working, you should go ahead and check and see if your hold switch is off. Because that'll put your whole machine in lockdown. It's a way to keep your battery from running out. So I have an iPod Shuffle. I have 2 iPhones. I have a Mac laptop and a Mac desktop. I have an iPod. This is my 3rd generation iPod. I've had a 20, I've had a 60, and an 80. And I didn't know how to work a fucking hold switch. I'm making fun of a woman whose son set a passcode for her. Meanwhile, I'm sitting waiting to be helped at the Genius Bar for half an hour. And the guy goes, that's it. That's the extent of my help. That's it. Flip the hold switch over. So luckily I didn't need to get a new iPod. But I can tell you that when I do need to buy one, I'll be finding a new Apple store. Because I got a feeling I'm going to be some legendary story around there, because he handed it to me and I'm like, thanks. I walk away and I just hear laughing like at the Genius Bar. And I don't know if it was them or customers. I don't know who's laughing. And it might have just been pathetic laughing inside my head, like laughing at myself. But I can tell you, your iPod is tough as fucking nails. It can take a fucking car crush. It just can't deal with the fucking mentality of a 6-year-old who doesn't know how to turn the goddamn hold button off.
Did you know the 40-year-old boy is colorblind?
Hey, I'm Seamus.
And I'm Louie, and we're the Christmas Elves. Hey, Schmitty, any way you can put us in touch with the guys that run the Island of Misfit Toys?
Yeah, we got a shitload of these stupid skull pie t-shirts.
And the old man wants them gone, like immediately.
Come on, what do you say, man?
So luckily I didn't need to get a new iPod for Christmas. Although part of me wants to get a new one anyway just because it got crushed. Like, I know there's something wrong with it inside. I don't care if it works, and I don't care if it looks fine. I know it's somewhere at some point it's just going to fall apart like the Bluesmobile now that it's been through all this fucking horribleness. Although it's good to know that I can fucking hacky sack the shit out of it if it falls out of my pocket again. I got that going for me. I just got to make sure a bus isn't coming by. Good Lord. It's so awful when things like that happen because immediately after it all, it happens, I just go, well, I got something to talk, like my wife, you got something to talk about in your show this week. Oh, great. She's getting involved now in the show, by the way. She, well, she doesn't listen, but today Mex called because he was wondering, what the illustration might be, or he wanted to get a jump on it maybe, and Karen called him back. He left that on the machine, and Karen called him back while I was asleep and gave him some ideas. Went ahead and told him, what about this? What about this? And she told me that. She told me that after I got up and I was getting ready to leave. And she finished, and I just went, let me ask you something. How uncomfortable for Mex do you think that was? Seriously. I mean, look, we've all, we know each other. We're all friends and stuff. But honestly, you call him and you just start telling him, like, what to draw. And she said, he was like, you know what, you still have Michael call, but those are good ideas, And I'm like, yeah, of course he did. Because what's he going to say? And I'm sure they were good ideas. Because she actually told me one of her ideas, and I liked it. I was like, that's actually not a bad idea. I go, but the thing is, we do the show, and then the illustration matches the show afterwards. I like your fancy art class thoughts, but... I love the fact that she took the initiative to call him. He answers the phone, thinks it's me. Hey, it's Karen. Oh, wow, weird. All right, what? I just thought, here's some ideas I had for drawings. Drawings. Oh, God. How uncomfortable was that for Dave? It had to be horrible. And not that it's tough to talk to Karen, but still, just they've been taking, like, she's telling him what to draw. She didn't even listen to the goddamn show. She's probably like, could you draw Spider-Man in a group of flowers? I mean, like, what the fuck? It has nothing to do with the goddamn show. Ugh. We had a good Christmas. I got her stuff, and then we went and returned it. She couldn't wear the earrings I got her. I got her because they had French lever backs. I think that's the term. I don't know. I can... Hold on, I got to bend over and take it in the ass while I tell you what that is. But whatever it was too tight on her ears, so she had to go, and she traded everything. And I got some good stuff. My mom sent me soap, which is good because my soap is like $16. I mean, she got it. And it's funny, Karen told her, here's something, Michael, because my mom will call and she'll be like, well, what do you guys want? You know what I mean? And again, I don't ever know like what to get. And I always think it's best to not tell, get something cool. But then you wind up getting what they get you. And it's like, because I always tell my mom, I'm like, I'll just take gift cards or because I used to do a bit on stage about how I would tell my mom I want a gift card from Best Buy. That's all I want. Because I'm just going to get like a video game. I'll get Madden or something. And then my mom, because she wants to give you something tangible. She wants to actually hand you something. So she's like, you know what? Oh, if Mike, I'll tell her I want Madden. She'll be like, oh, one game for $60. Well, if he wants one game for $60, what if I got him 6 of those $10 games I saw in the bin when I walked in? You know what I mean? Just like, so then I'm playing Burger Time and Dig Dug on my Xbox. It's like, fuck, I don't want that. But you can't tell my mom. I mean, you can't tell her what you want. I told Karen, I go, look, just tell her certain books, or she can go to Amazon and you're done with me in 5 minutes. If you don't want to give me a gift card, go to Amazon. There's books and DVDs. These are what I want. But instead she told Karen what she was going to get me, and Karen told me, and I'm just like, oh no, that's not real true, is it? And Karen just starts laughing. She's going to get me a CD holder. My mom's going to get me like a CD organizer. Now I have, again, if I have 17,000 songs, you have an idea of what I've got for CDs, but it's not like they're just laying all over my house as if a music store exploded. I already have them organized. I don't need another organizer. And I'm also divesting myself of CDs because everything I buy is electronic now. So guess what? It's all in that little square that I dropped under the moving car. I don't need any CDs. But she's buying a CD organizer, which is just, literally, it's just a doorstop. That's all it is. So I'm like, I don't want to tell her I don't want a CD organizer. So then poor Karen has to go and try to deal with my crazy mom and go, he doesn't want that. And she told him, here, get this soap, because she knows I need the soap. It's not even that I like the soap. I need the fucking soap. I'll use soap. All right, so fine, I can live with that. And it's so funny, no matter how many times you say for Christmas, you're like, you know what, I don't care. Whatever people get me is great. Then you get something, you go, oh, fuck, why did I get this? It's horrible. My mom sent me the soap, and then she sent me, again, you can give me, there's myriad books and DVDs and all sorts of shit you can get me. My mom got me a duffel bag. A Samsonite duffel bag that it's shaped like a little triangle square or something, and it's all zipped up, and then when you unzip it, it unfolds like an accordion, and it becomes like a fucking car tarp. It's gigantic. It's this huge duffel bag, and then my mom is like, "Hey, did you like that duffel bag?" Well, of course I did, Mom. It goes perfectly with my other 14 duffel bags. Well, you can't say that, and it's from QVC, because that's why my mom does all of her shopping is QVC. And how do you return that? Do you just shove it back into the fucking television? I mean, I don't know how it works. You just start jamming it in the speaker, and eventually they take it back? Oh, God. I don't need anything made out of amethyst. QVC, what a fucking whiff. I mean, so my mom sent me this bag, and it's a great duffel bag. It's great. But it's Christmas. You're like, you feel like if you got your wife a fucking mixer for her anniversary, you're just like, anything else. And then she's like, "Hey, you can keep that in your car." Well, yeah, in case I hit a guy and I have to hide his body? What the fuck? Why? Who needs this big of a duffel bag in their car? In case I just decided I have to hightail it to Mexico before the law catches up with me? Are you shitting me? Who needs this big of a duffel bag ever? But then who needs to keep it in their car? There's no reason. I understand if you keep hand warmers or jumper cables or fucking flashlight. Who needs a duffel bag for their car? It's the weirdest logic. You can keep that in your car. Yes, I could. Quite frankly, with that reasoning, I could keep anything in my car. I could keep... You know what I keep in my car? CD organizer. I think I need that. Send it along. I put it on the dashboard next to my action figure of myself. That's what I do. I go ahead and then I have like a lazy Susan of CDs and I spin them around. Jesus Christ, Mom. Just awful. So bad. I don't get it. I mean, that's fine. I don't... She sent Karen a really nice jewelry box, which is great. So at least I'm always about... Again, I try to be selfless at Christmas because to me it's all about Karen. I want Karen to get cool stuff. But then when you open your stuff, you're like, you want cool stuff. So I did. I got the full DVD set of The Young Ones, which was awesome. Yeah, Meg sent that to me because it's something I've always wanted to buy and then never bought. And I'll wind up randomly taping one episode and going, fuck, I got to buy that box set. So to get the box set was genius. And then and I also got, thankfully, I got Inglourious Bastards on DVD. The Blu-ray of that from Karen, which is good because that was my favorite movie of the year. As we all know, I mean, I'm the wrong guy to ask. People would ask me about Inglourious Bastards, and I'm like, look, you're talking to the wrong dude. Because if fucking if Tarantino was here, I would literally blow him just to just to have the opportunity to say that I did. I'd spend an hour with him, half hour of him. I'd be blowing him the entire time, but also the other half hour just talking to him, going, that movie was great. I mean, switching hands and doing whatever I needed to do to make the man stick around. I mean, that's who I am, unfortunately. I'm predisposed to like what he does. That's who I am. I just think he makes interesting, amazing films. He brought Travolta back, and you know what? Quite frankly, maybe that's something we should beat him down for. Because, look, I love John Travolta, but he has become the biggest fucking money whore in film today. Seriously. He started to make Nicolas Cage look choosy, and that's fucking hard. That's serious. I mean, I think Nicolas Cage's next movie is called Dude, I Own a Castle. Okay, so that's where Nicolas Cage is when he's choosing roles at this point. He's just wondering how many zeros are in the fucking check. I got to, he would play the man who hated Nicolas Cage. Seriously, if you paid him enough. It's awful. And Travolta's at that fucking peak now, too. I mean, it's the fucking depressing. And the guy's a great actor. He was such a great actor. That guy was Tony Manero, okay? Fucking John Travolta was Tony Manero, and now he fucking wears spray-on hair and makes funny faces at Robin Williams and Old Dogs. Jesus Christ. And by the way, that right there, that proves my point about how good a fucking actor Travolta is, because do you know how hard it is to make funny faces at Robin Williams? At any point? They actually made Robin Williams stop visiting kids in cancer wards because cancer complained. Look, I know what you're trying to do here, bringing this guy in, cheer these kids up, but I swear to God, I'll work faster if that fucking guy shows up again. Seriously. I'll figure out a way to metastasize outside the body, go airborne, and take down everybody in this goddamn hospital. And I know you think that might be good because I'll get him too, but you know what? Unfortunately, even me, cancer, I can't penetrate that ridiculous wall of unfunny he's built around himself. Jesus Christ. Don't think we haven't tried. We've been turned away at the unfunny door. Fucking awful. I get people tell me about, they bitch about Tarantino. Shit like Old Dogs is out there and people are going to bitch about Tarantino. But again, he's full of himself because he'll bring like Travolta back, and Travolta was fucking awesome in Pulp Fiction and made some great movies. And he brings guys like Robert Forster back, who's amazing in Jackie Brown and has gone ahead and been reintroduced to the public. But then Travolta thinks, well, I can just give anybody an acting role. And then in Death Proof, he hires the stunt double for Uma Thurman in Kill Bill. And she's Australian and annoying and you can't wait for her to fucking die in the film. And then she doesn't and you're fucking pissed. So he gets a little bonkers with that. But then I had people when Inglourious Bastards came out there going, oh, I couldn't get past Brad Pitt's accent. Really? That was your problem? What about the fact that the director from Hostel shot Hitler? Did that bother anybody? Are you fucking kidding me? That's where it fell apart, was Brad Pitt's accent? Get fucked. I don't care if Brad Pitt was talking pidgin English. That fucking movie is more interesting than anything else that came out this year. That's how much I love Tarantino. I'm willing to forgive the fact that Eli Roth is in fucking Inglourious Bastards. Jesus Christ. Stop foisting this guy on us. I understand you had him in Death Proof, but now what? You're hanging out with him and doing coke with him all the time, so he's got to be in Inglourious Bastards? And then he gets a big fucking role? If you haven't seen Inglourious Bastards, Eli Roth plays the Bear Jew, who is a tough kid from Boston who fucking pulverizes Nazis with his horrible attempt at a Boston accent. It's fucking terrible. You think he's going to use a baseball bat, but then he comes out and he talks and you go, oh, Jesus Christ. That's wicked retarded. The fuck are you saying? The worst Boston accent in history. Honestly. You know what? It's such a bad Boston accent. It sounds like what I imagine JFK would have sounded like if he'd insisted on still giving the speech in Dallas after Oswald shot him in the head. If he'd have taken a couple of shots in the fucking cranium, Jackie tried to escape off the trunk. They were about to rush him to the hospital. Conley's got a bullet in him, and JFK went, you know what? Hold on a second. I got to give this speech. Just takes a handkerchief and dabs brain off of his lapel. That's how bad the Boston accent was. He's just going to give that speech even with a head wound, just fucking half his brain hanging out. Just ask not what your country can do for you. Banana, underpants, fish bicycle. You guys can get me at Mike at MikeSchmidtComedy.com. You guys can get me at MySpace.com/MikeSchmidtComedy. You guys can become my lifelong friends at Facebook.com/The40-Year-Old-Boy. And you guys can follow me around electronically at Twitter.com/The40-Year-Old-Boy. Please use the number 40, not the word 40, for both Facebook and Twitter. And also don't forget to become Lily Von Stup's friend forever, BFF, or IFF, Internet Friend Forever, at Facebook.com/Lily Von Stupp. And also, please make sure you send her an email and tell her all about, because I didn't even introduce her today. I feel like a dick. But that's Lily. She helps. She creates the show. Let's put it this way. I talk, and then she makes the show funny and whatever you guys hear. Because I literally, it's like 8:30 at night. I've been here since 1 talking. So she's going to just shave it down and do whatever she can. So make sure you write her and tell her she did a good job at Lily at burlesque411.com. That's Lily, Lili, at burlesque411.com. Ho, 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 ho! This is Santa telling you to buy the 40-Year-Old Boy Year 1 download set. It's that's awful. All right, so yes, those were Lily's nipple rings. Thanks for asking. Mike Schmidt here, host of the 40-Year-Old Boy podcast, telling you to buy for the holidays the Year 1 download set. I've made absolutely no improvements to it. It's the same one I've been selling all year, and yet I continue to try to convince you to purchase it. But it's now the holidays. I think you should buy it. I think you should sit down for dinner and put in episode 41. That's what you should do. Put in episode 41 and laugh uproariously with your family at whatever the fuck I said in episode 41. I have no idea what it was, but I'm sure it was great. Every episode has liner notes. It's got Mex's artwork. It's got the original music. Suck on a candy cane and listen to the 40-Year-Old Boy. Year 1 download set available for purchase now. Go ahead and buy it at MikeSchmidtComedy.com. That's right, the 40-Year-Old Boy. 52 episodes, $25. One brutally funny podcast. Hey, here's a rare treat for you folks. I don't know how rare it is, and I don't know if it's a treat. I'll be truly honest. 2/3 of it is a treat. There's a new podcast in town, folks. That's right. It just pushed open the saloon doors and sashayed in and challenged anybody to a fucking gunfight. They're out there. I think they sashayed in. They didn't sashay in. I said that incorrectly. Or perhaps they sashayed in. Again, it's a new podcast, new rules. It's a new dawn, folks, a new day, if I can use that song from the bumper for 6 Feet Under. You know what? I write for a site called the Comedy Film Nerds, comedyfilmnerds.com, run by our friends Graham Elwood and Chris Mancini. And they've now expanded their empire, not only into live shows, which I've attended and also participated in, and also the written word, but now the spoken word via the podcast world, folks. That's right. Lily's pretending to be interested. So what I want to tell you is the Comedy Film Nerds podcast. There are 3 episodes out, but the one that really matters is their 3rd episode, which featured the first guest they've ever had. That's me, Mike Schmidt. Yes, thank you very much. I actually may have repeated some stuff in this show than I did over there. It's so funny because I was going to talk about the movies because it's the end of the year, and I got Inglourious Bastards. And then they called me on Monday and said, hey, you want to do our podcast tomorrow? It's all about movies. And I went, oh, I was going to talk about that maybe on my show, but yes. And I'm for anytime I can be in a fucking room with Graham, I'm in. And I like Chris. Chris is nice, but I'll be honest with you, anytime I can be in a room with Graham or in the same house as Chris's daughter, I'm happy about it. Chris has a 4-year-old daughter that is absolutely the cutest kid. I mean, it's like I want to steal her and then steal my nephew Douglas, my 4-year-old nephew, and I want to raise them in an igloo somewhere until they get up. Because I went to a party at Chris's house and she was amazing. She was so fun and dancing and she wanted to fly around because I'm like 6'2", and then I picked her up over my head, like with my arm extended, so she's like 7 feet in the air and loving it. She's flying around, and kids want to touch like the ceiling. Kids always want to touch the ceiling because they just see the ceiling all day long, but they never get to touch it. I let her touch the ceiling. Boom, that kid loves me forever. So yeah, she's the best. So and Chris is nice. Don't get me wrong. Chris is a good guy, good writer. But hell that. I just want to see his daughter. All right, so, and Graham. I was there to see Graham. So please go download the Comedy Film Nerds podcast. Download all 3 episodes, quite frankly. But the 3rd one I'm involved in, and we talked about movies, and, it was fun. It was 3 guys just being, and by the way, don't confuse this, because there is a Comedy Nerds podcast, and I think there's also a Film Nerds podcast. You're looking for the Comedy Film Nerds podcast. So go ahead and put all of those words in, and it'll come up and click through, and you'll see episodes. And I think when you subscribe, you'll get episode 3. I don't know if episode 3 is in iTunes right now. I said episode in iTunes. Jesus Christ, folks. I've been talking all day. So go find the Comedy Film Nerds podcast because I went ahead and did that. I was a guest. It was a great time. I want to thank Graham and Chris. And subscribe to it, man. Give these guys some listeners. They're going to have guests. They're going to talk about movies. And we all love Graham and we love Chris, so it'll be fun. Go ahead and check that out. And also, don't forget to go see the Monday Night Teas if you are in Hollywood every Monday night at 10 o'clock on Santa Monica and Vine at the 3 Clubs. That's the Monday Night Teas. The first show of 2010 is coming up, right? Isn't that January 4th, is it, I think? January 4th, 2010. And who will be gracing the stage that night?
Fuck if I care. I only care about the Laugh-In show on the 11th.
Okay, I was going to get to that. But Fuck If I Care will be dancing on Monday, so go ahead and check out Fuck If I Care. I think she's fantastic. And then also remember the 11th is Lily's birthday show. It's the Laugh-In show, so come on out. I think I actually might go to that show. So
buy a ticket. I have them.
Oh, yeah, she's got plenty of tickets. I got to buy a ticket from her, and then you guys can buy tickets. And also, if you subscribe to twitter.com/MNTs, you will receive flyers or offers and where you can save a little bit of money. But who wants to save money? Come on out and drink and have a good time. Support local burlesque. And keep an eye out for the Los Angeles Burlesque Festival. That's coming soon. I know that's going to be coming out this year. So we can all support that and have a good time. So please make sure you guys come out and enjoy Monday Night Teas every Monday night at the 3 Clubs, in particular, first show of 2010. And then also the Laugh-In show on the 11th. Tickets are available now at brownpapertickets.com. So go ahead and buy tickets to that and see my wife playing Ruth Buzzy, I think.
Yes!
I don't know if she's involved or not.
Yes, she is. Yay!
I know she was going to try to get out of it. She's like, I don't want to be in that show. I go, well, you need to tell Lily because I think you're on the flyer. And then Karen's like, oh, I think I am too. I said, great. You'll be on the show then. That'll be fun for you. And she's like, I think I can do that. I said, great. She needs a costume, I think, and I need a costume right now. I have a costume right now. I actually, folks, I've done this whole show because I needed a sense of urgency. I needed something to keep me going and make me try to reach my goals. I've done this whole show with a bomb sewn into my underwear. So, which is hard to believe, seeing as I'm wearing my new Miranda Kerr jeans that don't do well with my Spider-Man pants. But I just went ahead and sewed a bomb right in there. What the fuck is that guy doing? Sewing a bomb into his underwear to go. And it's so funny. I had people write me, and they're all like, with jokes. That's my favorite part. Is people who listen to the show go, "Feel free to use this," and then they write me jokes, and I'm like, "Well, I'm never going to use your joke. No offense. I mean, you're all very funny, and these are great. But I'll be awful. Who am I then? Don't you tune in to hear me tell jokes? If you guys, what, I could, easily I could give you guys each other's email addresses. You could send each other jokes if you wanted to. That'd be fine." And nothing against you. Again, those were all wonderful observations that you had. It's so funny. The second I heard the guy with the bomb, because when the shoe bomber tried to blow up the plane like 7 years ago, ever since then now we've had to take off our shoes at the airport. Well, now this guy has a bomb sewn into his underwear. I think we all see where I'm going with this. It's certainly going to make the security line that much more interesting, as all of us go free-balling through with our underwear zipping through the goddamn examination site. I mean, how much more inconvenient could they possibly make it for people? Now, I think Al-Qaeda's just doing this just to fuck with us at this point. They don't want to blow anything up. They just want to make sure we're completely inconvenienced at the airport, so eventually domestic terrorism will take over and we'll blow up our own goddamn planes. Because seriously, if I go to the fucking airport, they start making me take off any more clothing, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. I might just blow everything up. That's exactly what I plan on doing. The fucking and then I find he's like the what is he, the grandson or the son of a Nigerian prince? Is that what he was? So is this the guy sending me email trying to get me to send him my bank account number? Is that who this guy is? This is him. He's the guy who's constantly been emailing everybody trying to get their fucking information, and now they didn't do it, so he flew to Detroit with a bomb in his underwear. God damn it. That just seems like a horrible Christmas, doesn't it? That makes my duffel bag look great. I'm not going to lie to you folks. That makes getting a duffel bag to keep in my car that much more interesting and entertaining, and certainly a better gift than flying to Detroit with a bomb in your underwear. But we don't have to change the name of the show. Call the name of the show "Flying to Detroit with a Bomb in Your Underwear." That'd be perfect for everybody. God damn it! I don't understand how security can get worse at the airport. And it's so funny. I even thought about bringing all my old security at the airport jokes, and I'm like, well, that'll kill 15 minutes on the show this week. If I go ahead and unearth my act from 2002. But I won't do that to you folks. I can't possibly, unless you want to hear it. Should I do that? Yeah, of course you do. I was at the airport, and there was a sign right at the airport while I was in the security line, and it said, since 9/11, passengers should take a more proactive role in protecting the plane. Seriously? I don't even want to talk to the people sitting next to me on the plane, let alone have them join me in a fucking random A-team to tackle some Muslim guy. Jesus Christ. It's like, yeah, what am I going to do? Seriously, I'm going to lean over to somebody in coach and go, hey, I think I saw Carlos the Jackal in first class. Here's the plan. Marcia, you hit him with your stroller. Let's roll. See, folks, that's what I do. I unearth. And there was another sign that said, hey, you cannot bring fireworks on the plane. Really? Because I can't tell you how many times I've been on a plane and thought, you know what? You know what really livened this flight up? Roman candle I've got in my carry-on. Boom, 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 boom. Awful. These are jokes from 2002. So, and you know what? They were much better then because I've forgotten them. I'm just kind of fucking half-assing them and piecemealing them for you right now. So please know that 7 years ago, I was much funnier. 8 years. Jesus, 2010. That's right. The ball is ticking. Take a look, folks. Right now, look outside. Here's how I leave you this week. 5, 4, 3... I'm a dick, folks. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a decent guy because I am a jerk. And I'm not a jerk. Man, I'm an awful guy. I'm not an awful guy. I am not a good guy. But I don't think I'm a bad person overall. So, and go ahead and by all means judge that. I'm kind of a jagoff. I got no future. What am I talking about? But I am a jagoff. And I'm not a jerk. I'm a nice guy. It's just I guess I have jerky tendencies. I've done so much ridiculous stuff, and then I wonder afterwards, I'm like, man, how come I don't hang out with anybody? Here's why, because you're a dick. You're finished. 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 You're finished.